Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to start on Ravenheart. She is the newest page in my Etsy shop that I did for Halloween. I wanted to do something that wasn't like super creepy, scary Halloween, but I'm also not a cutesy Halloween kind of girl. So something along this line was, was just right for my style and taste. So hopefully you will like her too. I did print her on my tan cardstock. I will tell you guys that I'm having a battle, and I'm sure if you follow my channel at all, if you watch through all of the videos, you will know that I have this struggle with using white paper, and I'm trying to use white paper for those of you who don't have tan cardstock. Occasionally try to throw some white paper in there, and I tried to do that on this page, and I will tell you that after 2 hours, I mean, I don't know if maybe you can't tell, maybe you go, oh, that skin tone looks fine, but this was an uphill battle for 2 hours of trying to get this right, and I was not happy with it. I was frustrated and struggling and feeling like if I'm gonna, like do a tutorial, I want to at least sound like I know what I'm doing, and I just was struggling, which is funny because Rowan was done on white and she came out just fine. So I am going to do her on the tan this time. So hopefully that's okay. I am using the same colors on the white as I am for the tan. The only difference is maybe the order that they would be done. When I did the white, I laid some light colors down and then added my dark colors because on white paper, those dark colors just grab that paper, especially when it's a little bit more toothy. So there's a link to the Desert Storm cardstock in the description box down below. You can get it in a small 25 pack to try it out. You can also get it in the 250 pack, which I know $60 seems like a lot of money. I totally get it. But it's 250 sheets, and I did the math, and it comes out to be like 23 cents a page. So, and then if you buy in the 25 pack, it's more expensive per page, but it's not as much of an outlay. So, if you decide that you want to try it, the links are down there in the description box, or you can just use your whatever other tan paper you like to use. If you're a Strathmore toned tan kind of person, then you can use that. It'll just take you a bit more layering to fill the tooth than I do with this paper. Okay, that's all I have to say. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to start with Chestnut. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm a people pleaser. I want to try and please everybody. And I just can't. I can't please everybody. So I'm sorry. And this time I'm going to please myself because I just did not, I could not get that white paper to work. And maybe if I do it on a smoother paper, it would have worked. I don't know. I just get so much enjoyment out of coloring on a mid-tone paper that I pretty much don't want to color on anything else. I haven't placed an order yet for some of the other papers that I've found on Amazon. There's some other tan cardstocks on Amazon, but honestly, they're as expensive as the Nina. I went and looked at them, and they're sold in like a 50 pack, like you look at the price and you go, oh, 18 bucks. Okay. And then you go over and you look at it and it's a 50 pack. And when you click on the 250, now it's like 70 bucks. And, you know, so I guess good quality paper is not cheap anymore. But just the difference, like what I'm feeling right now, the difference, because I literally just finished trying to work on that other one. This is like right. I stopped. I ate some lunch and I started filming again. And the difference in how I feel about the coloring and how I feel about how the pencils feel on the paper is like night and day. So I don't know anybody who's tried this paper who's said, oh, I hate it. I mean, everybody that I know who's tried this paper and who I've spoken with about the paper has loved it. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. It's a good paper. So I'm going to build up this side of her face with the darker color a little bit more, a little bit early, just because I want to make sure that I'm able to get it dark enough with all the other layers of color that I'm going to put on here. I've been trying to get better at getting those dark tones in. Because more often than not, rather than me saying, oh, I went too dark, is me saying, oh, I wish I would have gone darker in certain areas. So trying to learn from my mistakes. A little bit darker underneath her lip. I think I talked myself out in the first 2 hours of recording on the white paper. Now I got nothing left to say. This is the light grayscale version of the page. I know it still kind of has a darker feel to it because of her black shirt and the darkness on the crow or the raven. But because it's a Halloween page, I figured I could get away with it. It's hard to lighten, like black, it's hard to lighten that to where, you know, it looks okay. So in case you guys would like to see what we're shooting for here, because I don't know how many of you, you know, follow the Facebook groups or Instagram or whatever. But this is the this is what we're going for. So hopefully we can get her to look something similar to that. It's always so interesting to see the same page colored twice by the same person. They always come out a little bit different. Okay, I'm using really light pressure here, just letting the pencils kind of just float over the paper so that I'm depositing the lightest amount of colored pencil. And if you're doing this, whether it's now or later, no matter when it is on your page, if you are ever coloring along and you notice that you're seeing pencil strokes, your pressure's too heavy. You really should never see a defined pencil stroke when you're working on skin. And I know a lot of people struggle with pressure, that they press down too hard. And I grabbed another longer pencil so I could show you. If you hold your pencil like this, the edge of the shaft of the pencil is pressing down on your hand. And so when you're holding on to it, you're holding tight because you've got a place for it to press, and it makes it possible to hold that pencil really firmly and tightly and apply a lot of pressure to the paper. If you hold your pencil way back here to where the shaft of the pencil is not resting upon that part of your hand, it is almost impossible to press hard. You have to purposefully push the edge of that pencil down hard in order to get it to apply a lot of pressure. So it makes it almost impossible for you to press down too hard when you're holding the end of a pencil. And so you can let that pencil do its work and just kind of glide around the paper, and you're not adding a lot of pressure, and you'll hold it more loosely this way as well. When you hold a pencil this way, it's a lot easier to put a heavy grip on it and to hold it too tight. So I know you probably have heard this before. You've probably been told all that before. But trust me, it works. It really prevents you from putting too much pressure on that pencil and the paper. And I don't know if you can see it. You may not be able to see it on film, but the color is building up. I can see it, but it's so light. But that's exactly what I want. I want to build the layers up slowly. And right now we're just doing, I'm trying to get some of these shadows done, so it works really well for that. Okay, our ear. I'll leave a little bit of that alone. All right, forgive my stupid printer. It likes to give me lines occasionally. I have yet to find a printer that doesn't do this. It's very frustrating. Sometimes I want to throw it out the window. But the nice thing about Prismas or any wax-based pencil is that they do a pretty good job of covering anything like that if you put enough layers down. So I'm lightening my pressure as I come in here. I want her neck to be dark and all in shadow. I mean, I still want to be able to see it. I still want you to be able to see that it's a neck, but I don't want it to be too light. I lightened this up quite a bit for the light version, the light grayscale version. So look at the darker versions for reference if you need to, because they'll show that it's darker. And actually, I might even want to go darker than the original page. So these red tones on top of the grayscale really help to take away that gray undertone. So when you go to put all your other colors on top, you get a much prettier skin tone. Her nails are purple in my original piece. So we can add some white to that if we want to make them a little bit lighter purple. Second and fix the autofocus. I want to make sure I set that. It's nothing worse than looking back at the video and seeing that my hand is all in focus, but the coloring page is not. Well, I suppose there's plenty worse than that, but you know what I mean. All right, I'm just going to leave just that uncolored for now. I might even want to come in even darker in here. We'll see. Okay. Well, the light version definitely hides all of the hand marks. So again, pull out that one of your other versions if you need to see the way things are supposed to be. Before I forget, I'm going to take my white and I'm going to put a little highlight of it right here. That's that bone, that wrist bone. A couple things I didn't want to lose. Okay. So the light's coming from in front and to her, my right, her left. So this side of her face and body will be in a little bit more shadow than the rest. her knuckles should have those, you know, knuckle creases, whatever. I don't know if there's a name for those or not. And then this bit of skin right between those two fingers, I want that to be a little bit lighter. Sometimes I find hands easy, and sometimes I find hands really difficult. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of red, well, chestnut, but a little bit of this on top of the knuckles too, because they're always a little bit darker than the rest of the hand. Okay, and she's got this vein. You know, our veins, it's the wrong hand, but you know, we got those bluish veins. So I'm just gonna do it the way I did it in the, oh, let's see. It goes like up here. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit right here. And a little bit of more shadow right here. All right, let's make these a bit darker. All of this top of this finger is dark because it's in the shadow of her face, chin, all of that. So all right. Am I ready to add some other colors? Almost, not quite, almost ready. Let's do a little bit more. go a little bit darker before I start adding the next color. I'm going to go a little bit darker in here. Sorry. That was my glasses hitting the camera. Okay. A little darker in here. And put a few lines down her hand here. And the knuckles are always a little bit darker too, so let's do that. A little bit more shading over here. So I think I would like to, before I do the peach, I just want to come in and make sure that I've got at least the important highlights in. The cheeks are important as well, but I think I will what do I want to do? No, let's do a little bit on this one, on this side, because this is the brightest. Maybe I'll put some of this on the hands too. Be careful. Sometimes I get carried away. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing, and you know, I go too heavy, or I go in the wrong place. It usually only happens when I'm filming, though, because I'm concentrating on more than one thing at a time. Just a little bit. Sometimes doing this is more just a visual thing for me to remind me to, you know, stay away. Stay away from this area with the dark colors. This I don't think I need it right there. Okay, let's do some peach. I can't believe I've been at this for 40 minutes already. This is one of those days. I just think that it's going to take me longer than normal to do this page. I don't know why. So remember, as you work your way in to any area that you want to stand out, like the forehead, you want the center of that forehead to come more forward. Remember to lessen your pressure on your pencils, because you don't want it to be as dark in the center as you do on the outer edges. I'm actually going to add some more chestnut underneath her chin here. Okay, back to peach. I'm going to lighten my pressure right here quite a bit because I want this area of her lip to be a lot brighter than the other side. I think I'm just going to put it, that might even be too, I might even want that to be darker. So let's not do any more there. I have a horrible feeling that this is going to take me 2 hours on this paper too. Out of frame for some of that. All right, top of her hand, we want this to be pretty light, but I think I can do this. All right, let's break out the light peach. Okay, I don't think I'm going to put any over here because I want to get this to be even darker, and by putting a light color on there right now, I think I would be taking up a layer of tooth that I don't really want to take up. So keep this side of her face pretty light, at least for now. We can always come in and darken it. Something about what I did there is bugging me, so I'm going to bring my white. It's like somehow I got a line on there. Okay, nothing here yet. I don't think I'm going to put any of this light peach on this side of her arm either. For the same reason, I think we need to go darker. And this needs to be darker. We're going to add some yellows, either eggshell or beige, and that's going to really help to counteract the pink. Okay, let's do some, I think I'm going to use both black cherry and black grape. I think we'll do black grape up top here. Careful with these really dark colors. You got to start slow and light and kind of get your flat edge going so you're not putting harsh pencil strokes. I think I might actually put some black cherry on here too. It's a very purple page, so I don't mind her having Lots of purples in her skin. Okay, so let's put some peach in here, right under her eye. But then we're going to come back in with black grape, I think. Maybe use black grape for the creases too. Let's try adding a little bit of the black cherry as well, I think. Sorry. Back to black grape. I should try and get in the habit of coloring with the number side up. I know when I'm watching videos of especially people in who don't speak English, people who are doing demonstrations from other countries, and they've got their pencils out, but they're not giving any colors, and they're not speaking in English, so I can't understand what they're saying. I'm like yelling at them, turn the pencil over so I can see what it is. I should probably try and get in the habit of doing that. That would make life easier for many of you, I think. All right, and now a little bit of black cherry. And actually, I think I'm going to put some black cherry. It's such a pretty color. All right, let us continue on with black grape down the side of her face. kind of feel like I don't want as much of that right there. So these kneaded erasers are awesome because instead of coming in and erasing, scrubbing with a regular eraser, you could just kind of tap, you know, as you, like I did, and pull some of that color up without doing anything to the tooth of the paper, which is really nice and kind of important. All right, I want some shadow right along the edge of her dreadlocks. Then I'm going to come in here. I think I'm going to use the black grape and the black cherry in here. See, let me get, before I forget, I'm going to get some of the peach on her ear. Okay, back to, I want some of her neck to show. I don't want it to be all in black. I might use some brown in there. I don't want to go too purple there either. So I'm going to stop there. And then get the black grape over here. For the light grayscale version, I really lightened up the shadows in the neck, and I think that those need to come back in. Let's do some black cherry. We'll use some oranges in here to tone down the purple when the time comes. Let's get some of that in here. I know she looks really, really purple right now. I don't think it'll look that way when I'm done. All right, purple's over here. What have I got? Black cherry. Probably should use black grape. to use some chestnut. My goodness. This is going to turn out to be one of those pages. All right, let's do a little bit more peach. Should do a little, that was light peach, little scalp color up here. Okay, I'm going to use my peach and try and blend these purples kind of up into the skin. I'm not pushing very hard. I'm just blending what's here on the paper. I don't want to blend that too much yet. I do want to add some chestnut in here. That's good for now. We'll work that more in a little bit. Okay, back to the peach. Remember to lighten your pressure as you work your way into the center of the arm so that you don't put too much dark color where that highlight goes. Blend her neck before I add any more color on there. So I'm going to use my colorless blender. I think we'll add some terracotta later, and I think that'll be good. Not terracotta. Burnt ochre. Because right now it's really purple. In fact, if I take that right now, that's the burnt ochre. Funny how you can do something several times and it comes out different every time. I think once we get her dreadlocks on, that's not going to feel so harsh and different. I'm going to blend this a little bit more before I move on. I'm not sure if I'm in love with how that looks right now, but it is a Halloween page, right? Okay, so let's do some Nectar. I can tell just by the feel of my pencil that there's not a lot of pigment down on this side of her face yet. I don't know what to do about her neck. I like adding a little bit of pink on the nose. All right. I can so totally tell that I'm rushing. All right, let's do some either beige or eggshell. So beige is almost like I'm going to be using white. I mean, it's pretty light. It's not as light as white, but it's not. I think I'm going to use eggshell to add a little bit more yellow into the skin. Yes. So eggshell. I know it's hard to see. Do I have another one? Yes. Eggshell. Let's just use the other one. And I think I'm going to just go ahead and go over everything, because on this paper we can come back in with our white and it'll still show up. I'm not going to put this on the areas that I really want to be super dark. So I'm going to stay away from down here. I can kind of wondering if I should I'm wondering if I should blend with white or if it's going to make it too bright. There's definitely some areas, especially on her hands, that really need some work. Dang. Let's put some white in. That came in really heavy right there. And that's probably because I didn't have any other color pencil down right there. So I might try and blend that with some light peach. That's better. Okay, so let's get this. So I don't think I'm going to blend the whole face with white. If you're working on white paper, you might do that and you might really like it. I don't think it's necessary on this particular page, on this paper. Excuse me. Okay. nostrils here. And I'm going to blend with my colorless blender. Not too hard. I don't want to completely destroy the tooth. I think I've still got a few things I want to add. This. Don't know what I'm going to do with this. Let's try. What is this? This is beige. I don't have another one of this. Not handy anyway. It's PC997. So we're going to try a little bit of this. And now the colorless blender again. All right, I didn't want to necessarily do this, but I'm going to try and see if I like it. Okay, I like that in there, actually. Probably should be using my Prisma block. I hardly ever use it. Oh my goodness. All right, I still have some work to do on some of these fingers. This is beige. They need to be just blended better, maybe. Maybe that's all they need. This one, I feel like it needs something right along the top here. It'll all look a lot better when the, more of the page is done. All right, so Beige Sienna is the closest single color to the Caran d'Ache 40%, or maybe it's 30%. They're so close, in my opinion. Dark Flesh. So we're going to use a little bit of this. This is doing a nice job of blending things out. I think I want to add a little bit of chestnut. Probably blend it with the Beige Sienna. All right, this still looks really red, so sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. So I'm gonna, don't do this yet. Let me see how it works. So this is Espresso. Trying to find a flat. I just want to get something a little orangey. Espresso's kind of an orangey brown. It's a really warm. So I'm hoping that maybe that will counteract some of that. I'm not going to stress about it. I actually think that once all the other purples are on her skin or on the page, that is going to actually look really nice. I want to add a little bit of color to her cheeks, but I don't see her as a pink, pink girl. I think I added some, what's that color called? Nectar. I added some Nectar already, but I don't know if that was dark enough. Maybe just a little bit more of it. And then I think we're going to warm up with some burnt ochre. There we go. We just needed a little bit more of it. And maybe some henna, maybe some henna. Oh yeah, I like that. These orangey tones look really nice with the purples. Very nice. Okay, I'm going pretty lightly because, again, this is still kind of a dark color. And we're at an hour and 34 minutes. Okay, let's do some burnt ochre if I can find it. Burnt ochre. Trying to go lightly and slowly because there's, I think, less pigment up here than in some other places. And this still needs to be blended. You know, I'm tempted, I'm gonna take the Nectar and I'm gonna make it kind of pink. Pinkish. I like the Nectar because it's like an orangey pink. All right, I actually might, with one final blend, be done. I'm gonna put a few, because I can't resist doing it, I'm gonna just put a few little skin, I don't want to call them blemishes, but you know, nobody has perfectly smooth skin. And I just like the look of having. This might not be dark enough. Let's try some espresso. All right, let's blend one more time. So now I have to decide, do I take the extra time to do her lips and eyes? It's going to take us to 2 hours. But you know what? We're already we're already at 1 hour and 40, so what difference does it make, really? All right, I want to do just a couple of, can't help myself. She probably should have some on her hands too, but. Okay, you know what, we're gonna just do it. Let's just do her lips. All right, I am going to put Nectar down like I always do for my base coat. And I think we're going to try Henna for the lips. I don't think I wrote down. Did I write down what I used for the... No, I did not. Where am I? Where am I? Slow down. Oh, I think we need some Mahogany Red. The henna is just a little bit too orange. So, Mahogany Red. And I don't know what I did there. I might have screwed that up. Going too fast. You always gotta just slow down. You move too fast. You got to make the morning last. Yes, I'm old. I know that song. Okay. There we go. We're going to blend that black that I did out a little bit. I think that that will be fine. The eye practice sheet that I did has been a great success. It's been awesome. So I'm going to do another one for eyes, but I'm also going to do one for lips. Okay, that's not bad. We're going to do a little bit of white. And then we'll blend with Nectar. I'm not going to bother going over the black makeup, the black stripes yet. I'll do that when I have some more time. Next time. Back to Mahogany Red. Actually, I'm kind of tempted to get out the Tuscan Red. Let's do Tuscan Red. There we go. Look at that. Certain colors that I can always count on liking. They're probably the same colors that I always use. They're the ones that are the shortest in my thingy, but Tuscan Red is one of those colors. All right, let's blend. This time I'm going to use the colorless blender just to good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, let's just go for it. What the heck? We're in it. We're committed. All right, her eyes are she did her eye makeup quite dramatically. Her eyes aren't actually shaped that way. That was Nectar. Do a little bit of Henna. Yes, Henna. All right, we're gonna do light blue eyes, I think. So let's try actually, let's try sky blue light. And then Slate Grey. I can't handle these tiny little short ones. I have to put it in an extender. And go straight for black. Let's go for black. I'm gonna want to work those eyes a little bit more. I think I want to make that highlight just a tiny bit smaller. I'm going to pull out something. Her eyes are a little bit too bright. Let's see, what's this? Jade green? Do I like that? It's really not making much difference, so we're gonna forget that. I think we'll just go back to the slate blue and add some more of that, or slate gray. Slate gray. I should probably do some regular gray instead. All right, so let's do, we'll start with 10% cool gray. Um, 50% cool gray. Might even do darker than that. This is 70% cool gray. Then I'll blend with the 10%. And I think I'm going to put some more nectar in here. All right. I think her eyes are a little bit too bright, so this is 50% cool gray. I'm just gonna, I don't know, take them down a little bit. It might not even be enough. 70% cool gray. Boy, I got those suckers really bright. Okay. Are we switching to black? We're gonna switch to black, which is not staying in my extender. Black. Let's cast that shadow. All right, how am I feeling? It's 90% there. I know I'm gonna want to tweak it a little bit. Under the nose. Something, I don't know, espresso maybe. Something. Sienna Brown. She needs more shadow underneath her. Now let me pull out some Grape Lavender. She needs some more shadow under her nose. And it needs to be something else. This is Chestnut. She's pretty much there. You guys know how it goes. You get a thing done and then you're like tweaking and tweaking for a little while longer. Not sure about her neck still. But I don't know what to do about it. I'm considering changing the light grayscale and darkening her neck. That's better. See, that's getting better already. It's you got to be careful with those lights and darks. They can really affect how something is shaped. Her neck was looking like it was bulging, and it feels a little bit less bulgy now. This is Beige Sienna. I still think I need to pull that shadow out a little bit further. Yeah. I'll work on that off camera. Just pulling this a little bit darker. And I'm kind of feeling like I want a teensy bit more color underneath her cheekbone. This is Chestnut. That's what I'll use for under there. Although I don't want her to have too much color. I'm not sure how I feel about her eyes yet. I think I like the eyes of my original drawing better. But I can't tell you exactly why. I just don't know why. I might darken these eyes a little bit more with some more black. Just, you know, just 'cause. But all in all, she turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with her. We'll work on the, I think I'm going to do black. Yeah, I am. Let's just do it. I just want to keep going, even though the camera's, or even though the, you know, the time is flying by. Eyebrows, that's another one that I could do a tutorial on. I'm learning all kinds of things about how to do things properly. All right, guys, I think that that looks pretty good. She'll look a lot different once we get her hair on. It's going to make a big difference, along with everything else. So 2 hours. 2 hours. All right, I'm out of here. I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Happy coloring. Bye.